Hello, good morning to everyone. I Ashish Tiwari, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Engineering and Applications. Today we will discuss about the spiral model. Why we need this spiral model? Because in last lecture you have already discussed about the waterfall model, prototype model. So, what are the limitations of waterfall models? In waterfall models, we cannot go back to the previously executed phase. There is no risk analysis. There is no prototyping. In second model, in prototyping models, we are developing the working model of the systems, not actual systems. Then that is a time consuming process. Customer may be satisfied in one time or may not be satisfied in 100 times. So wastage of the resources. So practically we are not using prototyping models. So the combination of we can say that waterfall models as well as prototyping, best utilization of the prototype is called spiral model. So spiral model focus on risk analysis related to the requirement, related to the design, related to the code, as well as. So, spiral model is a combination of iterative models as well as waterfall model. What is the meaning of iterative? Iterative means again we will follow all the steps, just like we will gather the customer requirement. In waterfall model, the requirement is fixed at the beginning, but in the spiral model, we can change the requirement at any time. This is a flexibility in spiral model. Second thing, when we will gather the requirement, we will need to analyze the requirement as per the need of the current demand. This requirement are feasible or not. Next step is again we need to gather another requirement. We need to develop the prototype. Again, we will gather the requirement from the customer and again we will develop the prototype. At the end, we will develop the operational prototype that is implementable. Is it clear? So, these models provide support for risk handling. The major concern of this model is only to how we can handle, how we can analyze the risk, different kind of risk, just like related to your requirements, related to your design. Design is consistent with the current needs as well as demand. So each and every phase of a spiral model begin with design and end with the client reviewing the process. Uh, we will gather the requirement when we are developing the prototype. Then client will review as well as development team review. That will check the risk analysis. Means current requirements consistent with the current needs or demand or not. So this is a process of a spiral model. In these diagrams here, they are describing that you can see that cycle, life cycle plan. In this phase, we will gather the customer requirement. Then second quadrant, we will develop the prototype or we can say a working model. At that moment of time, we are performing some risk analysis. In this model, in each phase, we need to analyze the risk related to the requirement, related to the design as well as implementation. So here, four quadrant. First quadrant is determine objective, alternative and constraint, obtain commitment. Second quadrant, evaluate alternatives, identify as well as resolve risk. Third one quadrant, develop the prototype and verify the prototype. And finally, we need to check the further plan. So you can see in this diagram, in each cycle, they are describing that we are developing the prototype and we are performing risk analysis activities. So best utilization of the prototype in spiral model. So again, here we can see that what is the limitation of this model? Limitation of this model is that there is no concrete beginning at end of any stage. We don't know where the project is completed. So this is only applicable for the large project where the requirements are not fixed or maybe some risk related to the projects. So what is the purpose of determination of the objective and identification of the solutions? We need to collect the requirement from the customer, when we are identifying the alternative solution of a problem, how we can solve these problems. While we are identifying the alternative solution for a problem, then second phase, we need to identify the risk related to a particular solution. If this solution may have any kind of risk or not. In third phase, we can identify, okay, there is no risk, then we need to develop the working model, or we can say a prototype, or we can say a design. Then last phase, we are reviewing as well as planning for the next phase. First, working model is prepared, then we are reviewing that working model or prototype, then we are planning for the next phase. If any functionality we need to add some requirement, we can change the requirement, all these things. So this is the best model for the large project where some risk related to a particular projects. So in details, we will discuss about the spiral models. First, determine the objective as well as identification of the solutions. The requirements are collected from the users as well as customer. Then we need to check the feasible solution. We need to identify the objective of this requirement, which kind of functionality we are going to develop. Then we need to analyze the alternative solutions for this problem, how we can solve these problems, what kind of hardware, software requirement related to the particular problems. Second, identification of the solution of the risk. What solution we have decided. We need to check whether which kind of risk occurred related to these problems. So we need to find out the solution so that we can resolve this kind of risk. In this quadrant, the main task is to collect all possible solutions and select one optimal solutions among those. Just like example, we can take, we are generating, we can solve a specific problem in different way. So we need to find out the optimum solutions in terms of, we can say complexity, in terms of size, in terms of risk, all these things. So next task is to evaluate the risk associated with the solutions. If risk persists, then it need to be resolved with the best method. So next phase is development of the next version of the product. In this quadrant, all the features which have been identified are now tested for verification purpose. What is the difference between verification and validations? What kind of steps we are following to develop a software? We need to check all the processes. That is called verifications. And validation means while the outcome of the problems, we need to validate as per the requirement this product is developed or not. And last phase is reviewing as well as planning for the next phase. In this phase, product is reviewed as well as planning for the next phase is started. Maybe possible, sometimes customer requirement or changes. They need to some add functionality in the software. So at that moment of time, we can add these requirements and planning for the next phase. So spiral model, what are the advantages of a spiral model? We have already discussed waterfall model, prototyping model, but all these models, they are not handling with risk. So this model only handle the risk related to the projects. So this is applicable only where the requirements are not clearly defined at the beginning. All the requirements are not defined at the beginning. Some risk related to the project, so that we can use spiral models. So here there is a continuous as well as repeated development process. We don't know when the project is completed, because maybe possible the customer requirement changes frequently and project is the time duration of the project is increases. So another kind of advantage of waterfall spiral model, if additional functionalities are required, then these can be added or done at the later stage. In waterfall models, all the requirement at the defined at the beginning, we cannot change the requirement while the design phase is started. So this is the limitation of waterfall model. But in the case of a spiral model, we can add the functionality at any time. because in spiral model we are developing the working model, we are using the prototyping, we are developing the prototype of the requirements, design, code, as well as other things, so that finally while we are developing the operational prototype, at that moment of time we are combining all the prototypes and go for further developments. So this is a benefit of spiral models. Development process is fast. Customer can observe the development of the product at early stage. We can say that customer can we can show the working model of the system, so that the customer is visualize the working model. But in the other models, at the starting we are collecting the requirement, at the end of the development customer visualize the outcome of the product, or we can say a final outcome or final product. So in this spiral model, customer can check, can view the progress of the project. So this is a benefit of spiral model. What are the limitation of spiral model? If we compare this model with other software development models, it is complex. In terms of complex related to the, we can say that in each time we need to analyze, we need to check the risk related to the projects. So this is applicable only for the large projects. So this is a some complexity involved in spiral model. Second, limitations: due to its complex nature, expert resources are required, which lead to higher cost. Just we can take example. Suppose we are developing the artificial intelligence project. We are handling with the weather forecasting projects. So we need to required expertise related to a particular domain. So maybe the cost of the project is increases. So we can say that sometimes expertise are not available. So delay in the projects. So we can say that it is not suitable for the small projects. It has so many intermediate phases, so that there is a large document in it, because in each requirement we are finalizing, then we are creating the design document, finally we are developing the prototype. So large document involved in this model, same as the waterfall model. Estimation of the time is not easy at the starting of this model due to the unknown number of phases, because at the starting we don't know how much time we need to change the requirement, how much time we need to add some new functionality in the software. So we don't know how much time the project is taking. So this is a limitation, or we can say a disadvantage of spiral models. Spiral model is only applicable those projects, those are having some risk related to the projects, as well as we can change the requirement at any time. Thank you very much.